Welcome back to my channel. My name's Rebecca, I'm 30 and I live in Newcastle and you are reporting for Beauty Duty. Don't mind my eyes, honestly, I'm just really tired. I'm so tired, so my eyes look all puffy and I just realised that I look like I've been crying. I honestly have not. So today I'm going to do a few kind of first impressions. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. Just because I didn't want to come on camera looking like a lunatic, I'm just going to pop off quickly. I'm going to do a winged out look, so I'm going to quickly pop on my eye guards and then I'll come back. I think I'm going to do one eye on camera and then one eye off, just so I'm not on for a million years, you know. All right, so I'll be right back and we'll get right in. Okay, so I'm back. Are they even? No, who cares? But we move. So today I'm going to use the new by Beauty Bay palette, the Retro Love. Here it is. And this is what she looks like inside. It's really nice to have a Valentine's Day release that isn't pink. Now, we all know me. And I immediately am like, oh, pink. But my last look was pink that I filmed. So I want to give a kind of a different sort of colour for you guys. Yeah, so I think I'm going to play with the blues, especially as Moon River looks just so spectacular. And it says I'm going to do one eye on camera and then I'll do the other eye off camera. I just think for first impressions, I want to start on camera. So I'm going to do this eye first, as I think it's the easiest for you guys to see. Is it easier? Which is better? Right, I'm just going to do this eye first. So I'm going to go into Magic Moment, which is this shade here. So my good friend Becky, one of my best friends actually, Becky, got this in PR and I just had to have it. When I saw her photos of it and stuff, I knew I had to have it. Now, I didn't have the easiest delivery experience with Beauty Bay. I don't actually think it was Every that used to be Hermes' fault. I don't know. My Hermes lady is normally really amazing, so I'm not going to blame them necessarily. But it was, yeah, I ordered it a week last Friday, so Friday the 3rd. It arrived on Saturday, literally yesterday. I'm filming on Sunday. So over a week. It'd been initially dispatched on Sunday the 5th, and then they said there were some delivery problems, and then I couldn't easily get a hold of anyone from Beauty Bay about it because Every said contact the seller. So it was just a little bit of a nightmare, to be honest. So I'm just putting this on with a Morphe X Jaclyn Hill GH52. This is a really good brush, I have to say, really small crease brush. And I generally, when I'm buying my brushes, go to the Morphe store in Newcastle, and they're always really great, super friendly, and there's always great deals on, and the staff are always super handy with letting you know what's the best way of buying things and stuff like that, what the good deals are. I'm going to keep this, as I always say, pretty simple. To be honest, these brushes are stained, not dirty. Because I do so many pink looks, my brushes get stained super easily, no matter how often I clean them and things like that, and ISO clean them. So I'm just going to blend out the edges of this a little bit. It doesn't matter what's going on below the crease, because as I said, we're going to do a bit of crease cutting. Now, this had very lovely pigment to it, very happy, blending out pretty easily. I am incredibly lazy with blending, so I want something that's going to blend easily. And so I'm going next into Blue Suede, which is this shade here. Oh, I need to peel the mirror. I'm wondering what I thought of why it looked a bit weird. So I'm literally going to probably just do the two blues, maybe a bit of the lilac, maybe a bit of the white, deeper with the black, and that's it. Just taking the same but it's just taking the same brush, which is a PC37 from Peaches and Cream. This is great sort of tapered brush. and I'm just going along the edges with it. So there's not a huge differentiation when I've just applied that to the eye between the two colours. That's fine. It does piss me off a little bit when that happens, but it is what it is. I'll have to clean that up at the end there. Because they look quite different in the pans. Do they? Well, to me, between this one and that one. But on the eye, it's not a huge amount of difference. And also, the more simple I keep this, the easier it is for me to replicate on the other eye. Honestly, my last video, do check it out. Actually, my last like eye tutorial that I did, the doing one eye on camera made such a huge difference when editing. It was just made my life just a huge amount easier. So now I'm tossed up between Love and this one. I think I'm going to go into Heartbreak Hotel next. Just keep this kind of in the green. I could have done one eye. If I was going to do them both on camera, I would have done one eye pink, one eye blue, I think. Which is quite a good way to review things. But then the way that I take photos, it just makes it like much harder. I'm going in with a second PC10. Did I use a PC10 before? No, that was a PC37. This is a PC10. These brushes are excellent, by the way. Great value. I got like a couple of bundle deals. I use them on myself. I use them in my professional kit. I am a professional makeup artist. So yeah. See that? This looks really nice and bright. Like, I will, as always, go back in and kind of re-intensify. Then I'm going to go into Chapel of Love, which is the white shade. And this is on a PC35. I'm just going to more just under my brow. My brows are desperate in need of something, which will hopefully happen this week. Like, fingers crossed. And I'm just going to sort of scratch that around the outside. And that's immediately made the whole thing look significantly more blended. I think when I add black, it's going to be the biggest difference. Is it black? It's like a blackened purple maybe. And then I'm just going to go in, as I always do, and re-intensify the whole thing from my first colour to the last one. So back onto my JH52 and back into Magic Moment. Then back into Blue Suede. Then into Heartbreak Hotel, which was the minty green. And then go back into Chapel of Love, which is the white shade. Now, this could be such a cute matte look, but because the shimmers in Beauty Bay are so stunning, there's no way I'm keeping this just a matte look. This is probably the easiest blending of the easiest to blend Beauty Bay palette that I've ever used. I have to say that I'm like really impressed that I have been able to kind of do this as fast as I have. And then I'm going to go into It Takes Two. Now, I don't know if this is a black or like a blackened. It's like a very dark blackened purple. If anything, I kind of prefer that. So what I'm going to do is take this on a very skinny, more precise brush. This is an Amorphe E19. I'm going to tuck this along here. Yeah, so this is like a blackened purple, kind of like a dark navy. I'm going to take that along and up my tape. Then I'm kind of going to blend it up with the same brush, and I'm kind of turning the brush as I go because I just want it to look super, keep things really smoky. I don't want anything any kind of too much precision in my lines. Like, I'm not that bothered about that. Now, do I bring that? Yeah, I'm going to take it a little bit up into my crease. Tucked right down and kind of scratching the brush as I go, is to not create any harsh lines with it. And I ordered the Cosmic Brushes Muse palette. Now, do you guys want to see me do a couple of looks with that on my channel? I think there'll be a lot of that going around, but if you're interested in kind of seeing what I would do with it, then by all means let me know, and I'm more than happy to do that. And I'm just going back into Magic Moment, which is the first blue that I used, and I'm kind of just going to blend this because I want it to all just mesh really well together. And I kind of look down into my palette as I do things. And then I'm just going to take a little bit of Blue Suede, which is the second colour that we used. I'm kind of just going to diffuse things even more. As I said, I want things to be soft. Often when you start adding these darker shades in is when any softness can really dissipate, and that's really not what I wanted. Okay, so I'm going to cut my crease just a little smidge, not too much. How am I going to do this? So I'm just going to take a little bit of concealer. And, or do I want to remove now? I can't be bothered to get up and get my eye makeup remover, if I'm very honest. Because it's in the bathroom. It's not like it's next door or something, which exactly it is, but I am lazy. So I've really worked the concealer into this brush, really worked it in, because I didn't want it to be too wet before I popped it on the eye. So I'm kind of using it almost to diffuse than anything else, than to like do a sharp cut. If I wanted to do a sharp cut, you'd see me do loads of product, keep my brush really flat. That's it, very diffused. So lots of patting rather than defined cutting, which would see me use the flat edge. And then I'm taking this brush again and going into Chapel of Love, which was the white, and I'm just blending around the front. And blending and diffusing it out here. And I've only tapped into that once because I didn't want to deposit loads of white on there. This is a good white shadow, I have to say. Often white shadows literally do not show up on me at all. So I'm going to take a flat brush. I'm just going to wipe off the same one I used for the concealer. And I'm going to take, now I did want to use Moon River because it just looks so delicious. It does, but I want to keep the lid like really light. How's River Deep looking? Even then, I think that's a little dark for what I wanted. Okay, I'm going to take Love Train and kind of see how that looks by itself. So I'm just taking that on the back of a flat brush. And kind of just want it to look toppery, which it's doing. That looks so pretty. That's exactly how I wanted that to come out, so I'm like really happy. I'm just going to take the brush that had the dark colour on again and just kind of wiggle that through there. I've not added anything else to it. It's just to sort of make sure I still have that kind of little bit of definition, you know? Maybe I'll use Moon River on the other eye. But that is literally exactly perfect to how I wanted that to look. So, and I've just accidentally put that right on the inner corner. I will take that off because I have a new concealer to use later on. So I'm going to pop off, do the other eye, and then we'll come back and I have new base products to try. So I shall see you shortly. Okay, so we're back. Both eyes are done. Both eyes are done, more or less the same. I mean, not, I think this eye is, anyway, when we take photos, it'll be like this. So that's fine. Okay, so I've done my prep and prime, like my priming that I do, and then a touch of spot concealing. So the next thing we're going to try out is the new NYX Bear With Me Blur. So this is a blurring tint foundation, medium coverage, matte blurred finish. So it says it's a tint foundation, medium coverage and tint. It's not, it's kind of contradictory, but anyway, I've taken a chunk out of my knuckle, so don't mind me. So I got this in light medium. It did seem a little dark in Boots when I swatched it, but the light medium seemed too light, and everything in between, the undertone looked really weird. So we're bronzing up, and I have a new concealer to try. So yeah. Well, I'm just going to sort of dot this on, or I normally would. So I'm just going to take this. I have cleaned this, but yeah. It's a Cocoa Cosmetics sponge. I'll blend that out on one side of my face. Actually, the colour's pretty good now I've blended it out. Might need to do another little layer. I'm going to do the other side of my face with a brush. Now, that looks pretty good. I have been looking for something more tinted and more like medium coverage that's a matte finish. I find everyone wants a glowy finish these days, which is fine, and I love a bit of a glow, but at the end of the day, I'm oily skinned, so I need to be kind of semi-realistic. This is a Lois Cosmetics foundation brush. I still really love this. I use it quite a lot when I use a brush. I tend to use a sponge more often these days. Okay, I like this better already with a brush. Yeah, so I tend to use a sponge these days, but you know, if something works better with a brush, it works better with a brush, you know? And I much prefer that with a brush. I don't know what it is, but sponge, brush, I just think it's just immediately done like much more. And as I said, I wanted this to be tinted, so I'm not really judging it on the coverage, but since it's meant to be a medium, I might as well make it medium. So I'm just going to go in with a second layer with the brush on both sides. I'm just actually going to dip straight into a bit of it on my hand and see how well it builds on top of each other. Hey, I really like how that looks. I mean, it's very matte, feels matte. Blurring, I mean, I don't think it's accentuated my pores or anything. I do think they look like pretty good. I could just use it with some Flawless Filter if I was finding it too matte, so that's fine. I did use a glowier primer, but only a little bit underneath. I think if I used it with a matte primer, I would not like the feel of it, but at the end of the day, matte is what wears better on me, so yeah. So next, God, this looks so pale. Anyway, I'm using the Huda Beauty Faux Filter Luminous Matte Concealer. I've never used this before, in the shade Meringue, which is 2N1. Why did I get something so pale? Why do I always do this? I do like a light under eye, but this is a little silly. I think I maybe have remembered wrong as to what colour I wanted when I tried them on the back of my hand, and it was the last one in there and I just grabbed it. Boots had 20% off on Huda, so I thought I'm gonna buy it because I've heard from people that it's like the holy grail, like it's so good. Yeah, and I'm very particular with concealer. My favourite is still my Lancome All Over. So if this can beat that, I highly doubt it. So I'm just taking this right up as I want to keep this super snatched kind of face shape I've created. Have I probably used too much concealer? Yeah. Without a doubt, this is too much concealer. Yeah. And I'm just gonna, this is too much concealer. But because this is a touch dark, that's okay. So when I use this again, I will definitely do my cream bronzer and stuff like that first. So I'm just, I like this a lot. I can already tell you that this is nice. Very lightweight feeling. So I like lightweight, natural finish on a concealer, and I can tell you this is so thin in consistency, but in a good way. Oh, I'm impressed. I'm very impressed. I've always got a chunky eyelid, so it's not like I've always looked like I've kind of got eye bags, not necessarily dark circles, but eye bags, because it's just natural on me. Oh, I really like that. I'm impressed. And because it's so thin, it's blended out so nicely. Okay, I get the hype. Okay. Now, I need a touch more coverage, but I'm not gonna put more of this on. Yeah, I'm not gonna put more of this on because it is pale. So I'm just gonna do a tiny touch of my HNB. Just a little here, a little here. Just where I do have a little darkness. Now this is very full coverage also, but because it's not so pale, oh yeah, that's balanced it out. And I quite like to use a couple of concealers at a time as well. Oh, I really like this. Oh, I love it. I love this combo, it's really nice. Okay, so I'm going to cream bronze next. I'm just going to use, this is meant to be a contour, but I don't really think it is. So I'm just going to use the Doll Beauty Gimme Contour in the shade medium. I don't think I've ever really used this on my channel. I filmed a video, but a section of it got corrupted. It was my New Year's Get Ready With Me, and I'm a little bit gutted that it got corrupted, but it's fine. So I couldn't upload it. I was also a little drunk when I was filming that. Blending this out with my Peaches and Cream PC08. This is the best bronzer, like cream product brush ever. Like ever. So this is meant to be a contour. Look how warm it is. So no, I don't think this is a contour, but it's a very good cream bronzer, like gel textured cream bronzer. See, now that I've warmed up my face after the pale concealer, I'm like pretty happy with how that looks. Now I've used way too much of this because I've not used it that often. I didn't really know. I couldn't really remember how much of this I use. It's a little bit much, but just go over on my sponge. Now, as I said, I normally do my my concealer after cream bronze. I honestly don't really know why I didn't do that today, but hey, next time. That looks so nice. Like my base is looking snatched, where I'm chuffed. And then the next I'm going to use, if I feel like one of these is going to go with this look, I'm not sure that it will. Maybe this one. Or this one. Not red. So, and thank you to my friend Becky for sending me these. This is Uoma Beauty. Flawless IRL blush in the shade Audacity. So it's kind of a lovely neutral shade, which I think is actually going to go with this look really, really well. So I'm just literally going to take my other Peaches brush directly in this and blend. Oh, that is nice. That is nice. So Uoma are a fantastic black owned brand. Really great. I think that they are a little bit underrated. I think they may be more popular in America than they are over here. I want to try more things from them, like maybe an eyeshadow palette. They're available in Boots, and they're available in stores in Superdrug as well. I think they're available in Morphe stores off the top of my head. Yeah. And on like Beauty Bay as well. That is really nice. I'm really happy with how this is coming out. This has definitely got like quite a nice satiny sheen to it, so it's not a matte, which I really like. So until I get to my lips, I have nothing new to try. So I'm just going to go finish off the rest of my face and then we'll come back. But really, so far, so good. Yeah, I'm really happy with how everything's coming out. So I'll come back and we'll do a lip. I've got a couple of lip products to try. I'll probably come back with my liner on, lip liner on. Yeah, but this is how we're looking. Nothing's set. Yeah, so I shall see you shortly. Okay, so I'm back. I've just done a little lip line, finishing off my face. We're glowy. We are glowy, glowy, glowy. So let's do a little bit of under eye. I've just done a little bit of blue eyeliner, just to kind of start finishing off my look. So under eye. I'm just going to quickly do a little bit of blending with the white, which is the Chapel of Love. So I'm just going to blend a little bit more right into the inner corner. I want to soften this right up. I always notice when I start like finishing what I've got on my face, what needs to be softened and stuff like that. So I'm just going to soften that a little bit. And then what I like to do if things get a little bit too into my, onto my nose is take my just shade 2 one of my setting powders and kind of diffuse. Because it's more of my skin tone, it kind of blends everything really nicely. So that's that. Right, for my under eye, I think I'm going to do what I said I was going to do, and I'm going to use Moon River, which is that absolutely stunning shade right there. I am going to wet my brush just because I've obviously done the rest of my face and I don't want to mess that up. Take that under eye. That is a stunning colour. I can't wait to use that on the lid at some point. And blend under. So it's going to be a slightly softer under eye than I normally do, but I'm not mad at that. Take, just on a slightly smaller brush, Love Train, which was the shade that I used as my kind of lid shade. And just go back into the inner corner with that, because I lost a bit when I did the white, and blend that a little bit through the blue. Okay, so onto the lip. I've just lined my lips with a Cash Beauty lip liner, one of my favourites. And I think it's the Rust Nude or something like that. So I'm going to use a NYX, one of their Smooth Whip Matte Lip Creams in the shade Memory Foam. Oh, it matches the lip liner really well. And then I want to use my Glisten Cosmetics. I got this off Beauty Bay as well, and I've had it in my like wish list for ages. And this is in the shade, this thing is huge, and this is in the shade of Blood Orange. I really should actually, I don't want to ruin this by putting it over something dark, so I'm just going to take a little bit of it on the back of my hand. Now, I don't know if this is just because this is a bit of a dark colour or because the lip hasn't dried down, but it's not given exactly what I thought it would give. But that's okay, because I'll use it on its own with just a lip liner at some stage. Yeah, it's just mixing in with what I've already popped on, but this gives a nice kind of pinky glitter. Tastes nice, sweet. It feels gritty. Now, I don't like that in something that's sparkly. So this is how it's sitting before I pop any lashes on. I'm really happy with how this has came out. I'm going to pop my lashes on, then come back. I'm going to do a really dramatic lash. I'm going to pop some earrings on, and then we'll have a little chat and kind of talk through what I've liked and things like that and my expectations. So I shall see you shortly. Okay, so I'm back. I've just popped some lashes on and some cute earrings in. Since it's retro love, I thought I'd, go with the theme. I have to say, I think it's been a long time since I've done a first impressions that's been so successful, where I've really enjoyed absolutely everything that I've used. I'm really happy with how the eye look came out. It's kind of exactly what I wanted to do, like something kind of retro-y shape but in like sort of modern colours. I can't wait, because I am who I am, to play in like the pinks and the purple tones. I can even do like a yellowy neutral with this if I wanted to, using this one and then this one and this one, and it's got a nice gold in there. Like, I love the look of this purpley sort of shade, and as I said, I can't wait to do something with that all over. So I'm like really happy. The NYX tint feels so lightweight, feels like I've got nothing on, feels like I've got no foundation on at all. The colour is so good, it hasn't sunk in anywhere. I think that's down to how I set as well. Do watch some of my other videos to see how I set things. But I think it looks really nice. The blush, oh my god. I am like, here's what the blush. I am really happy. I even popped a little bit more over my semi-set base. I'm like, I can't wait to try the like redder tone when I do something maybe pink. The concealer, I'm really chuffed. Did I choose a colour that was too light? Yes. Will I use it? Also yes, because I like to mix things and mix and match and stuff like that. The gloss, the longer I wear it, I find it doesn't actually bother me that I can feel the flexes. How often am I going to be like, not often. So, oh, got a little swatch on there. So that doesn't really like bother me at all necessarily. Is that everything that I used? Yeah, and this is the first time I've used these lashes. Oh, the NYX Smooth, the Smooth Whip. Loved the colour. I wanted something kind of a darker brown. The lashes that I've used are from Dream House Faux Mink in the style Foxy. I really love these for my more sort of bold looks. So I'm really chuffed with how everything came out. Don't forget to subscribe before you leave my channel as well. Ring the bell so that you're notified of when I next upload. I'm kind of aiming for once a week at the moment, twice a week if I'm feeling generous and motivated. Yeah, and let me know what you want to see next from me. Comment down below if you picked up any of these items. Have I used anything that you kind of have the eye on, or have you already got these and really love them? Yeah, do let me know. I'll leave my Instagrams up as usual. So I've been leaving my like MUA one up, as well as my like personal Instagram. The personal Instagram is where you'll see my looks on me, and my MUA one is where you'll see, I'm kind of trying to pick up on that a little bit more, where you'll see any client work that I've done also, because I have more freelance as well as my counter work coming soon. So do go follow me over there to see what I'm up to. Thank you very much for watching my video, and I'll see you next time. Bye.